All right, press one if you can hear me. Press one if you can motherfucking hear me. All right, let's go ahead. Damn. Let's go ahead and get into it. We'll be back after this short little intermission. Hey, yo, once again, you fuck with me, hit the likes. If you don't, hit the dislike. Feel free to comment and subscribe. And also make sure you stay tuned for Talking Shit in conjunction with my new show, Real Talk, where we talk about some real shit. Also, be on the lookout for the link in the description for these motherfucking dope-ass tracks. As well, shout out to the fam. That's what's up. And also, this being brought to you by BoomHairCareProducts.com. You make a pledge, he help you get back your motherfucking edge. What's up to everybody this evening? If y'all didn't know, we're back on the motherfucking main channel. That's right, we're back on the main channel. So all my mods, there's mods over there. Feel free to go over there as well. Yeah, we back popping. Just give me a hot second so we get into it. Hold up. There we go. Okay. As y'all know, this is going to be the Gangsta Trump series. we're gonna kind of get into it about this next election. I know it's gonna be kind of touchy for some people. I'm gonna let anybody that want to come up probably in 15 to 30 minutes from now, if you want to weigh in on something. So I want to go ahead and get my main course out the way, what I got lined up. So y'all got time enough to get prepared. Because what we're going to do, we're just going to have to call it like it is. Because everybody's saying, oh, this person is racist. He's more of a racist. Fuck it. Both of the motherfuckers are racist. We know that. Racist is racist, flat out. The key thing of me doing this is to get everybody to see. Everybody, what I mean by everybody, us as blacks, to see who is going to really be for us, who is really going to help us with reparations, for a start, and other things like police brutality, education for our kids, and the list goes on. So I'm gonna play this clip from Ice Cube. It was good commentary he made, and that's why I want to share this. And I want everybody to listen because I feel the same way he does.
You know how I get down. Over the last few months, I've been really going deep into this political space. Reading a lot of history, trying to understand how systems work, not getting caught up in anybody's rhetoric, but looking for my damn self, and just trying to figure out why we continue to, flounder at the bottom. What is it? And what I found is that it's systems in place, as we all know. It ain't because, we ain't doing what we supposed to do as black people, because of course we all can do better. There's shit that we need to do to clean up ourselves and our community. But besides that shit, the system is fucked up. It's just designed totally. And not only designed, but there's a dedication to keeping us at the bottom of this country.
Now, for all y'all that was listening to me on my War on Blacks, we talked about this. It was me, Brother Mo. I'm trying to think who was. I think I am. Yeah, I am. He came up there. I am. If you're in the clouds, whatever, just hit one. Let me know if you remember. We talked about this right here. Just what he said. There's always a system in place to keep us at the bottom, no matter what we do. These are facts.
And I don't know if we can count on any parties to get us about the shit, to be honest. So we are going to have to do a lot of things different as a black community. We have to pool our resources. We have to think about ourselves.
Exactly. I talked about this on my War on Blacks. We had to set up an economical motherfucking base. We can sit here and argue about who's the biggest racist all fucking day. That ain't gonna get us nowhere.
You know, we love all the other races of the world, but at some point we got to figure out how do we get ahead, because everybody's on top of us but us, or everybody's on top but us. And the shit ain't gonna work. We ain't gonna survive this. The way it's going, it's just designed that I can't see the future. So we gotta change this shit. Everybody's been mad at me because I haven't been on the fucking, you know, the gravy train of these candidates, you know, especially Joe Biden and Harris. You know, I don't trust none of them. No president has done right by us.
Exactly. I wouldn't trust none of them either. They're for their people more than they for us. They get our vote, and it's like, okay. And that's why I keep on saying, once we come with the motherfucking vote, we need to come with the motherfucking bag behind it. And let the motherfuckers know we mean business. Everybody think they just come with a vote. Hey, I voted for you. Who gives a fuck?
So I don't trust none of them. So putting our hopes and dreams behind any of them just don't work. We gotta make them do what we want them to do, and there's only a few ways to do that. Now, I've been making contacts, trying to, talk about these real issues, straight up, I believe the Democrats they've been nice, they've been cordial, so to speak. I don't really see them pushing their policies in any different direction.
Exactly, because they're not. Biden getting in office is going to be like Clinton in office. You're going to see more niggas locked up. Now, I have to give it to Trump. He's a motherfucking asshole, and nobody likes him. I can understand that. This ain't, I want you to like me game. And that's what we always fall for. This is business. Let me repeat myself. This is business. This is not, I like you better. We need to get out of that motherfucking frame of mind. We see these motherfuckers at the hip hop conventions and shit doing the name and the motherfucking Doug. Oh man, shit, yeah. He cool. He cool peoples. Now I showed you a video of officer sitting here dancing with black kids, and then the next day he coming back with his motherfucking AK, telling him to get the fuck down, nigga. Who remember that on my wall on blacks? Once again, people, when I say people, I mean my black people. We need to get out this motherfucking element of, he's a racist. Both of them motherfuckers are racist. Well, Trump more racist than Biden. Now, if you can sit here and determine who's more the racist than the next motherfucker, you need to do some motherfucking more history digging on how this country is ran. If you could do that.
They're still talking this minority, people of color shit that don't necessarily include us. That don't necessarily include Black Americans, especially descendants of slaves. ADOS, American descendants of slaves. That ain't specifically us. It's everybody. We ain't gonna get shit. Because when you look around, everybody hates us.
Exactly. But DJ MIA, you gotta watch my War on Blacks. It's one of those. They not long. They ain't no more than an hour long. I say an hour, 30 minutes tops. One of them I think I went over. But yeah, my war on blacks. I need to take time out to separate all these damn videos anyway. And they get that shit, the rat shit, along with the other bullshit, separate them. That way people could know what they want to go fuck with.
So we still at the bottom of that. So, I think the Democrats, they got every black celebrity and shit on their team. So they just figure, tell Q to shut the fuck up and vote.
Exactly. The fucking Democrats reaching so fucking hard. They paying motherfucking strippers. Y'all seen this shit. What kind of shit is that? These motherfuckers playing strippers. Next thing you know, they gonna be playing the corner boys to tell everybody to go out and motherfucking vote.
And so I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna push the program. We got a program. I'm pushing it on everybody. We also met with the Republicans and shit. They brought us in. We talked to them. They've moved their agenda a lot because of what we said.
And he's right. They did. They did. It's always a fight in office, people, to see who could hold it better between the Democrats and the Republicans. Both parties are fucking racist. They all do little nitpicking shit towards each other when it comes down to election. Trust me. This shit happens in the goddamn corporate world as well when you're dealing with the fucking union. My union people know what I'm talking about. It's all a fucking con game. That's all the fuck it is. What us as blacks need to do, okay, y'all play that neck paddywhack shit with each other. Well, this is what we need. This is what we want. And this is what the fuck we want you to do. With that bag right behind it. Well, I'm your guy. I'm going to make that happen. Okay, cool. We're going to get you in there.
They put $500 billion on the table, and but who knows? Who knows what's gonna really happen? I just know one of them gonna win, and I don't know if it can really matter to us. We gotta just push whoever is in there because ain't nobody really solved our problems.
Exactly. I just got through saying that. They want our vote, but they don't solve our motherfucking problems, our issues, our situations. Why you think all the motherfucking urban public schools have the motherfucking lowest resources? The least resources. Well, the other county schools get better resources. It's all about design. People, they know what the fuck they doing.
People say we can't take another 4 years of this. Black people, we could take anything. Shit. Joe Biden, the Democrats, I believe they owe us. Will they do right by us at the end of the day? Who knows? I think the plan they have is they're doing a lot when it comes to safety and police and all this shit, but that dough is thin. Everybody money is thin. We're not gonna get no respect in this country without the cash.
Exactly. I just got through saying it. That's why I keep telling people, get out your fucking feelings. Get out your fucking feelings.
We ain't gonna get no respect in this country without having money in our community. It just ain't gonna happen. It's not going to happen. So everybody can be mad at me, pissed off at me. You know, I don't give, hey, y'all know what it is. I'm trying to get to the truth. I ain't about to be part of nobody program. Ain't nobody gonna, get me to back down. And if y'all don't want to hear the truth, then that's that's kind of a personal problem. Because I'm gonna keep spitting it how I see it, and I think the problem is we're a little too one-sided, and we need to hold everybody to the fire and make sure everybody do what they're supposed to do when it comes to black people, not get caught up in a whole lot of white people business.
Exactly. I just got through saying the same goddamn thing. The same thing. Us as black, we get caught up in the motherfucking hype. Peak game on how all these motherfucking black women are sitting up here cheerleading on Kamala Harris. Let me say black people in general. It's not black women, but black people who's cheerleading her ass on. As soon as this bitch get in office, watch all these niggas start getting locked up. It's a con game. And don't be the fucking fool. I got 30 seconds left for Q. Then I'm gonna get into some Trump gangster moments.
Need to worry about our own, what's going on with us. And then when we get what we gotta get, then we'll, welcome everybody. But we gotta make a decision, and we gotta push people to do something big and do it right now.
All right. Now I'm about to play some of Trump most gangster moments. I'm gonna commentate in between because this shit is too funny. You know, he's a clown, but I gotta give it to him. He made some shit happen. So I'm trying my best. You know something? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna leave your comment up there until we get done with this part. I want y'all to press one so I can make sure y'all be able to hear.
Russia, Russia, Russia. It was all bullshit. How come we have many of the experts from CNN and many other networks, if you call CNN a network, I don't personally.
I think this is the part that we really need to take personal responsibility for. Saturday, I had a little low-grade fever.
Uh-oh.
So, actually, probably a GI thing.
Works if you call CNN and...
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
See, that's what I like about him. He gonna tell you like it is. Racist or not, he gonna tell you like it is. But Biden over there sugarcoats some bullshit. He been sugarcoating a lot, deflecting as well. But with this guy, let's call it for what it is, people. He gonna tell you like it is.
Millions, as you witness, who are scared right now. What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. Go ahead.
Oh shit! Hey, you gotta give it to him, y'all. He told his ass like it was. Like, hey, you know something? You're a terrible motherfucking reporter. So shut the fuck up. That's basically what he told him.
and we're prepared to do vast numbers. I think we're in great shape. I hope that's the case. I hope that we're going to have leftovers so we can help other people, other countries.
Everybody who needs one will be able to get a ventilator.
Look, don't be a cutie pie, okay? You know, everyone who needs one. Nobody's ever done what we've done. Nobody's done anything like we've been able to do. And everything I took over was a mess. It was a broken country in so many ways other than this. We had a bad testing system. We had a bad stockpile system. We had nothing in the stockpile system. So I wouldn't tell me what like being a wise guy. Go ahead. No, I think the Washington Post covers us very inaccurately, covers me very inaccurately. I saw the story. I think it's a disgrace, but it's the Washington Post, and I guess we have to live with it. It's a very inaccurate, quiet. Then.
What would you talk about? I like this clown. Seriously. He ain't selling you no bullshit. He just telling you straight like the fuck it is. He told that bitch, hold on, bitch. Quiet.
Bob Mueller testified. That didn't work out so well for the other side. Okay.
Mr. President, I know that you continue to say you obviously.
Okay, hold it 1 second. Any other questions from any other people? Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Let's run. We're going.
I had.
Man, I don't know if y'all caught that, but Trump said, "Thank you for your questions, everybody." And they try to hurry up and rush and run. He said, "Fuck you." I swear for God. This motherfucker is gangster. I say keep him in there. Another foe. He keep pumping out that goddamn money and shit gonna get back right. Trust me. Because you vote for Biden, watch them stimulus checks ain't gonna be available. But you vote for Trump, watch the coronavirus disappear and watch them stimulus checks come in. Watch all these loans start getting approved. And everybody gonna be good. Now, take your pick.
I had Nancy Pelosi sitting 4 seats away, and I'm saying things that a lot of people wouldn't have said, but I meant every word of it. Say hello to the people of Utah and tell them, I'm sorry about Mitt Romney. I'm sorry.
Why don't you know about?
Who you with?
I'm with NPR. I used to run.
Okay, go ahead. You're not up. Go ahead, please.
Do you support any money for the Postal Service?
So I can comment on that, Mr.
Go ahead,
President.
Postal Service.
So we authorized in the last CARE Act over $10 billion of a loan. My team has already
See how gangster he played that? They said, well, Donald Trump, can you tell us about the Postal Service? He's like, hey, you. He called his boy over, let him know what's up. Man, fuck what you talking about. Keep this motherfucker in office. Keep Trump in office. Get out your fucking feelings and keep Trump in office.
actively working on that with the Postal Service if they need the money, and we're dealing with that.
The Postal Service is a joke. Nancy Pelosi is a horrible person. And she wanted to impeach a long time ago when she said, I pray for the president. I pray for the president. She doesn't pray. She may pray, but she prays for the opposite. But I doubt she prays at all. I mean, Nadler, I know him much of my life. He's fought me in New York for 25 years. I always beat him. And I had to beat him another time. And I'll probably have to beat him again. When on January 31st, I instituted the ban, Joe Biden went crazy. He said, you don't need the ban. He didn't go crazy. Like he didn't even know what the hell the ban was. But he didn't go crazy. But he did call me xenophobic. Wait a minute. He called me xenophobic. He called me racist because he has since apologized and he said I did the right thing. So when you say, why didn't you this? Every Democrat thought I made a mistake when I did it. I saved tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of lives by doing it.
That you bought. The argument is that you bought yourself some time. You didn't use it to prepare hospitals. You didn't use it to ramp up testing. Right now,
you're so disgraceful. When I first got to know him, Jim Jordan, when I first got to know Jim, I said, he never wears a jacket. the hell's going on? He's obviously very proud of his body. You know you're a fake. You know that. Your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake. And most of you, and not all of you, but the people are wise to you. That's why you have a lower approval rating than you've ever had before, times probably 3.
Yeah, Mr. President, after the presentation we just saw about the heat and the humidity, is it dangerous for you to make people think they would be safe by going outside in the heat, considering that so many people are dying in Florida, considering that this virus has had an outbreak in Singapore, places that are hot and are humid?
Here we go. The new headline is Trump asks people to go outside. That's dangerous. Here we go. Same old group.
You're the president, and people tuning into these briefings, they want to get information and guidance and want to know what to do. They're not looking for rumors.
I'm the president, and you're fake news. I know you well.
Hey, he told this motherfucker, hey, I'm the president and you're fake news. Wow. Hey, keep this dude in office. Just might as well keep him in office. Black folks, get out your feelings and just might as well just go ahead and keep this dude in office. I'm gonna let everybody up in a minute. We almost through this. I want everybody to come with, you know what I'm saying, what they state they claim. So just hold on.
Because I know the guy, I see what he writes. He's a total faker.
So why was the United States not prepared with more testing?
We were very prepared. The only thing we weren't prepared for was the media. The media has not treated it fairly. I'll tell you how prepared I was. I called for a ban from people coming in from China long before anybody thought it was. In fact, it was your network. I believe they called me a racist because I did that. It was many of the people in the room. They called me racist and other words because I did that, because I went so early. So when you say we weren't prepared, had I let these tens of thousands of people come in from China a day, we would have had something right now that would have been, you wouldn't have even recognized it compared to where we are. We have a sleepy guy in a basement of a house that the press is giving a free pass to, who doesn't want to do debates because of COVID. And lots of things are happening, right? And I watched a couple of interviews and I say, oh, I look forward to this. But they're keeping him sheltered because of the coronavirus. And he's not moving around. He's not moving too much.
What do you say to Americans who are upset with you over the way you downplayed this crisis over the last couple of months?
It's people like you and CNN that say things like that, it's why people just don't want to listen to CNN anymore. You could ask a normal question. The statements I made are, I want to keep the country calm. I don't want panic in the country. I could cause panic much better than even you. I could do much. I would make you look like a minor league player. But you know what? I don't want to do that. I want to have our country be calm and strong and fight and win. And it will go away. And it is incredible, the job that all of these people are doing, putting them all together, the job that they're doing. I am very proud of the job they're doing, that Mike Pence is doing, that the task force has done, that Honeywell and Procter & Gamble and Mike and all of these people have done. I'm very proud. It's almost a miracle, and it is, the way it's all come together. And instead of asking a nasty, snarky question like that, you should ask a real question. So we have a lot of very angry media all around this room, and they want one of these seats. But because of social distancing, we are keeping them empty, and they are keeping them empty. Will there ever be a time when all of those really angry people who don't like me much to start off with, but now they really don't like me, will there ever be a time when these...
Oh man, y'all got to give it to him, man. For real, he just telling it like it is. I know a lot of people don't like him, but he's telling it like it is. Would you rather for a motherfucker like Biden to get in office, to sugarcoat some bullshit? Oh, black folks, we got you, and we still don't see shit. Or you rather for a person like him to stay in office, still doing this clown shit and keep that motherfucking money pouring out of the motherfucking banks. Take the pick.
Seats are full to the brim like it used to be, where people are almost sitting on each other's lap. And this whole row over here is packed. And now they're outside wanting to get in, and they're very jealous of all of these reporters. Will we ever have that again? Or is that something that will be, it'll look like this forever? Go ahead, ask a question.
But the question, sir, was what did you want President Zelensky to do about Vice President Biden and his son Hunter?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it was just a follow-up of what I just asked you, sir.
Listen, you ready? We have the president of Finland. Ask him a question.
I have one for him. I just wanted to follow up on the one that I asked you, which
Did
was,
you hear
what
me?
did you want
Did you
him
hear
to
me?
Yes,
Ask
sir.
him a question.
I will, but
I've given you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude.
No, sir, I don't want to be rude. I just wanted you to have a chance to answer the question that I asked
I've
you.
answered everything. It's a whole hoax. And you know who's playing into the hoax? People like you and the fake news media that we have in this country. And I say in many cases, the corrupt media, because you're corrupt. Much of the media in this country is not just fake, it's corrupt.
They go up to about 50 miles.
Now, is he lying right there? Is he lying? He's not lying. Yeah, ask me.
Over 50 miles, as a matter of fact, straight up.
And do they immediately come straight down?
They
or
do.
Do they tour around?
They'll get about 10 minutes of weightlessness before they come back to Earth. So it's not so much of a tour around, but just a period of time where you get to experience weightlessness.
Would you do it?
I would absolutely do it. Are you kidding? In a heartbeat. And in fact,
I'll pass.
Yesterday, Jared Kushner said the notion of the federal stockpile was it's supposed to be our stockpile. It's not supposed to be state stockpiles that they then use. What did he mean by our?
Why are you asking?
And even the fact that taxpayers from
What's that?
every
It
state
gotcha.
pays
I
for
gotcha.
it. No,
Use
it's
the
not
word
gotcha. What it
hour. You know what hour means? United States of America. That's what it means. It means
the states.
our. It means the United States of America. And then we take that hour and we distribute it to the states.
So why did
Not
you
that
say
we
it's
have
not supposed to be state stockpiles that they then
because we need it for the government and we need it for the federal government. But when the states are in trouble, no, to also keep
giving it to if it's not to the states.
to keep for our country, because the federal government needs it too, not just the states. But
See what it is, people. When I pointed out the fact that he's saying how this news media is corrupt, he told it like it was. If you notice, at meetings like this or conferences like this, you have a lot of Democrat pushed agendas, people that come in there and attack him like that. Let me see. You said Fox is fake news? Yeah, it is.
out of that, we oftentimes choose, as an example, we have almost 10,000 ventilators and we are ready to rock with those ventilators. We're going to bring them to various areas of the country that need them. But when he says our, he's talking about our country. He's talking, excuse me, he's talking about the federal government. I mean, it's such a basic, simple question, and you try and make it sound so bad. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know what? You ought to be ashamed. It's such a simple question. He said our, and our means for the country, and our means for the states because the states are a part of the country. Don't make it sound bad. Don't make it sound bad. Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead, back here. You just asked your question. You just asked your question in a very nasty tone. Let's go.
You didn't give me an answer.
Please.
Mr. President,
I gave you a perfect answer. You know it. Go ahead.
That was like, bitch, fuck what you talking about. I gave you a perfect answer. It ain't good enough. Oh, well.
Despite the nearly 1.8 million tests that you say the United States has done, the Inspector General for the Department of Health and Human Services released a report today, a survey of more than 300 hospitals across the country. And the number one complaint from those hospitals were severe shortages of testing supplies and a really long wait time. I mean, a week or longer.
And did I hear the word Inspector General? Really? It's wrong. And they'll talk to you about it. It's wrong.
But this is your own government.
Well, where did he come from, the Inspector General? What's his name?
It came from the Inspector
No,
General
what's his name?
report.
What's
I
his
don't
name?
know his name
Well,
off the
tell
top
me
of
his
my
name.
head.
Let me know, okay? Give me the name of the...
he put that bitch in check real quick. Okay, well, tell me his name. The bitch can't even tell you his name. Well, I don't know his name. Well, okay, well, shut the fuck up then.
Inspector General. Could politics be entered into that? Go ahead,
This
please.
is our.
If I can follow up on this question of the HHS Inspector General, and by the way, her name was Christy Grimm, and it wasn't so much her opinion, but they interviewed 323 different hospitals.
Well, it still could be her opinion. When was she appointed?
I'm not sure when she was
Would you do me a
appointed.
favor? Let me know.
I'll check.
No, let me know now. I have to know now, John. Let me know now. Because we are doing an incredible job in testing. We are doing a better job than anybody in the world right now in testing. There's nobody close. And other nations admit this. Other nations have admitted it very strongly. Other nations are calling us, wanting to know about our testing. Let me know when she was appointed, would you?
Specifically,
Go ahead,
what
please.
she was saying was that there had been a delay in the
Okay, thank you very much. Go ahead, please.
I was going to answer your question you asked me. She was appointed in January of this year to her current position as the Principal Deputy Inspector
Okay,
General.
we're going to take a look at it. Go ahead. How long has that person been in government? Could I ask you that?
Did serve in the previous administration.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. Oh, I see. You didn't tell me that, John. You didn't tell me that. Did serve in the previous you mean the Obama administration. Thank you for telling me that. See, there's a typical fake news deal.
You asked me when she was appointed. I told you when she was appointed.
You're a third-rate reporter, and what you just said is a disgrace, okay? You asked me, you said, sir, just got appointed. Take a look at what you said. Now I said, when did this person, how long in government? Well, it was appointed in the Obama administration. Thank you very much, John. Thank you very much. You will never make it. Go ahead, please.
On the ventilators,
Well, that's
it was
terrible.
for Admiral Jawar, but
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Paycheck Protection Program has gotten off to a confusing start for small
I don't think
businesses
so. I think it's
because
done very well.
Wells Fargo has stopped taking applications. Bank of America
Not
initially
anymore, they haven't.
prioritized taking applications from clients that
You heard him? See, he said not anymore they have it. And he's not lying. This motherfucker closing on houses. This motherfucker getting loans. But by not getting in office, this shit gonna go down to a motherfucking downhill, y'all. Trust and believe me.
were already
Bank of
borrowers.
America has
So
been the leader, taking tremendous numbers of applications. And of course, they wanted to have a slightly different application. They wanted to have a little different information. But Bank of America has been a leader. They're number one in terms of applications. I wish you'd ask the question differently. Why don't you say it's gotten off to a tremendous start, but there are some little glitches, which, by the way, have been worked out. It would be so much nicer if you do that. But you're just incapable of asking a question
Sir, what
in a
oversight
positive
measures
way.
is the federal government?
It's just, I wish we had a fair media in this country, and we really don't. Speaking of unfair, go ahead.
Mr. President, the acting secretary.
Okay. Go ahead and drop the link. It's gonna be part one. We're gonna do another series. Anybody that want to come up, state their claim on this. As I said before, there it is right there. My mods, get that. Make sure you get that for everybody else. My mods, grab that link. Okay, now Samuel, hold on. Let me before I get to that. But I want to get everything clear for everybody who just popped in. I'm about keeping or putting in the best candidate that's going to do what's right for blacks. I know Trump was talking about I think 500 billion. Y'all help me out. Package to where it help small businesses for black people. He didn't say minority. He said for black people. We got to make sure we're gonna have that in writing as well. Oh yeah. Like I said, we're gonna have more. We're gonna have more. This is just the first series right here, just to start off with. Cause like I said, it's gonna get better and better as we go. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm about putting a candidate in that's gonna benefit the blacks more than anything in our agenda. We just got Sandy came on the panel.
Hey, what's up? You know I love you, right? But you know this is some fucking bullshit, okay? So look, you really, really think that Trump is gonna do something for black folks? How do you believe a liar? That's like believing Sansaray. He been in office 4 years.
Yeah,
So
he's been in office for years. He's been making some things happen.
What do he make happen, STL?
Right, he started stimulate. He helped stimulate the economy.
How? When? What do
You said
do?
how?
Tell me how, because
Okay,
when
we got
when he came into office, the economy was already stimulated from Obama. Now, let me say this first off: I am in no way saying that Obama didn't make mistakes. I am in no way saying that Obama did everything right, because he didn't, and there was more things that he could and should have done. But you can't tell me that the economy has been stimulated with Trump when the deficit is so high. This man has done nothing
Of
but
course, the
protected
deficit is
the
going to be
rich.
so high. Of course, the deficit is going to be so high. Look
Right.
at the previous week, the previous situation we had before that. Before he
No,
got in.
when Obama was in office, he got that straight. What do you mean? He brought back the
When Obama's
automobile
in
industry.
office,
He got the
everybody,
automobile. No, he didn't
everybody.
get the
Hold up.
automobile industries back in
Yeah,
Detroit.
he helped with a bailout.
Okay,
But that
he helped with
didn't
the
trickle
bailout.
down. Right. That didn't
Okay.
trickle down to the people itself. That basically went into the pockets of the CEOs more than anything.
I
And
want
they
you
helped
to show me a fact where Trump stimulate the economy and what he do for black people. I need to know, because I don't see shit. He ain't done nothing. He's a liar. He's a salesman. He's a good salesman, like at a used car lot. Okay, you tell people what they want to hear. You fluff that shit up, and people buy it. I cannot. And look at all of the judges that he's appointed. Over 213 judges. Do you think those judges have our best interests at heart?
Okay.
STL.
Yeah, we talked about that part, and on that particular part right there. What people did we have in place? Hold on, let me mute you up because it's bad feedback. What people did we have in place that was for us, for him to appoint? Go ahead, Sam.
What people did he have in place for us to appoint? What do you mean?
No. What people? No. What people did we have in place for him to appoint?
What do you mean? What people we had? There are a lot of black judges he could have appointed.
Okay, but we don't. Right, but we didn't have our black judges that's gonna see our interests. That's the thing. That's
How do you
why I
know
keep on.
that? But
You
how do
said,
you
how do I
say
know
that?
that? I mean,
How do you say that
eventually.
when he didn't appoint any? They could have
Okay,
been vetted.
eventually, some would at least came up. You know what I'm saying, for being a candidate.
But he didn't, because he didn't want them. He put them in place. Don't you see that the Republicans are strategic in what they're doing? They are conservative and they're right wing, and every judge that he appointed is on their agenda.
I can't hear.
Okay,
It's on their agenda.
Mindy, hold on.
So
I
You can't hear nobody.
Huh?
STL, can you hear me?
Mindy. Hey, everybody got hold up.
I got you.
Everybody hold up.
I got you.
Okay.
Got you.
You heard me?
I hear you.
Okay. No. I know you do, Sid. I'm talking about Mindy.
Oh.
Well, Mindy, wait. I'm gonna have to go in line because we got Ivy got the Sin, and then we got four Polly, whatever the fuck. So let me go ahead and pass the mic to Ivy.
I
Then we're
was
gonna come
here
back to you, Sid.
first.
No, you wasn't. I'm looking at it. Okay, go ahead, Ivy.
Do you guys actually get your news from multiple sources or not?
what has Trump done by the economy for the economy? Is that a serious question? Like he extended before COVID, right? Because COVID messed everything up. Can y'all not hear me?
Now, hold on, Mindy. I'm gonna push you out. Then when it will come time for you to talk, I'm gonna bring it back in. Go ahead, Ivy. Go ahead, Ivy.
I mean, there's several things. I mean, number one, he got Black unemployment to the lowest it's been at 5.6%. Also, fewer Blacks and fewer Americans, period, living roughly the same for Blacks, but fewer Americans in general living in poverty. Black women being the fastest growing business owners in the country, and also I believe fewer blacks on public assistance and stuff like that as well. So to say that what has Trump done for the economy is not true. What is going on in this country is that income inequality is growing, but that's been happening for a while. But that doesn't, and the people at the top are getting most of the wealth, but that doesn't change the fact that Americans in general are doing better economically under Trump. And that is just a fact. You cannot keep attributing things to Obama when Trump is almost finished with his first term. You just can't do that. Like,
I'm not attributing anything. I'm
not talking about you guys specifically. I'm just saying no. I'm not talking about you guys specifically. Sorry, I should specify that. I'm just making I'm most so just giving a rebuttal to common arguments that I hear Black people making about Trump, and it's just like it's not true. Like, to say that he hasn't helped the economy, I hate to tell you, but I'm not. Well, I don't. But if you actually watch that VP vice presidential debate, many of the comments that Vice President Pence made about the economy and how it's improved under Trump were actually true. And another thing that Trump is doing is, if you're Black, you should be at least partially supporting his efforts against illegal immigration, because illegal immigration hurts a lot of unskilled and low-skilled Black and Latino Americans in this country, because it depresses their wages. So Trump has actually done a lot, but if you're only watching your news from some type of specific sources and not going after information yourself, then yeah, it might seem like Trump hasn't done anything, but for most Americans, that's just not true.
Right. Okay, let me pass the mic to Sam. Go ahead. Sam, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Ivy, I have a question to you. How do you explain all that you're saying that Trump did for this economy when we are over $27 trillion in debt? Trump raised it 28 trillion just under his administration. I mean, at some point, we're going to have something called hyperinflation. Are you aware of that?
I'm aware of that, and I didn't address the deficit because the last time I checked, it's been raised under the last three presidents. So as I clearly wrote in the chat room, which I'm not seeing, which I've closed because I called in, the deficit has been raised under the last three presidents. So y'all can miss me with that.
No, that's not true. No, it's not. The deficit.
Oh, wow, hold on, wait.
Okay, I'm gonna go on mute.
Wait, hold on. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Sorry, correct.
Ivy, can you answer my question, because I don't understand where you get that from.
I'm answering it if you let me finish. Thank you.
Sorry.
You're welcome. So yes, correct. Sorry. It was Clinton left with no deficit. Bush, the second Bush, raised it. Obama brought it down, and then
hold on. Bush also started an unnecessary war.
Well,
y'all
Hey, Lawrence. Hey, I'm getting everybody their time, man. Everybody gonna get the mic. You next after Sam. Sam wanted to ask Ivy a question, so that's how I piggyback to her.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I'm not Kamala Harris. I ain't gonna be talking over me. Point blank, period. So yes, Obama brought it lower. What I meant to say is he didn't get rid of it and then Trump raised it. What I'm trying to say actually is that the fact that it's been raised does not negate any of the stuff that I just said. It does not change the fact that Americans are doing better under Trump. I agree with you that you cannot keep raising deficit. I agree with that, which is why I was kind of perplexed that that's what Trump did. Like, you kind of don't equate Republicans with kind of raising the debt, even though if you look back over the last couple of decades, that's what's been happening. So I agree with you. The problem is that in no way changes anything that I said. Now,
okay, so I'm sorry, Ivy, do you realize what, and they, basically what you're just saying is just in the last 4 years, if you just do the math, that's 36% raised just under Trump, right? Because he's been juicing the economy. You can't keep doing that and expect the economy to actually grow, right? At some point, you're going to have to hit a wall.
Right.
You do realize that, right?
Yeah, but I'm not a Trump supporter.
But no, I realize that. But what you said was that the economy is doing so well under Trump and that he's done all these great things for Black people, right? So if he's done all these things and you're saying that we're benefiting so much from this stuff, then how do you explain all the numbers? Because at some point, it's going to be all fucked up for everybody.
But it's not there yet, and it doesn't. You're not understanding. Your comment has absolutely nothing to do because you keep painting a fake dichotomy where there is none. You can have a high deficit and more Americans still doing better. So your argument is irrational. It makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, Sam. I'm gonna have to pass to Lawrence.
That's literally
Lawrence,
what's happening at the same time. That makes no sense.
Lawrence, go ahead.
Now, I just want to say the lady who was speaking earlier, who was talking about how the conservatives move, how strategically they move, she's 100% correct. Now, to Ivy, we are still suffering from a war on two fronts that the Bush administration got us into, fighting Iraq and Iran. At the same time, a war that was unnecessary. So I can't necessarily say, the only thing I can see that Trump has done, when I drive all over the places I drive, I see Confederate flags waving all over the place now. They flying them high and proud. So he's making people comfortable in their racism. That's what he's done. So how can you say he's doing things for Black people when these white folk are coming out there with their Confederate flags and they're openly displaying
Hold on.
their racism?
They been out here with their flags. That ain't nothing new, man.
Where
they
the
just
hell do y'all
they just cheerlead, right? They just cheerlead more. That's all they doing.
Where do y'all live? I don't understand. Do you think that this is new? And then I'm going to say what I say. You guys keep pointing these ridiculous dichotomous arguments. They're not dichotomy. What do the Confederate flags have to do with anything that I said? It doesn't change the fact that it doesn't change the economic success.
I'm telling you, I am a truck driver. The places I'm going
you keep bringing
is
up
that people
ridiculous
are
arguments.
comfortable with their racism now. They're comfortable with their racism. I'm all over the United States. I'm telling you.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
You don't care about the racism that's going on.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you guys keep saying, this aspect is getting worse. What does it change about the fact that Blacks are doing better economically? What I'm saying is both of those things can be true. It doesn't change the fact that what I just said is accurate. You guys don't even know how to debate properly.
You're shouting statistics that you didn't do yourself. You're reading from different people's statistics. You didn't do the research.
Right.
You're reading the Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation is going to give facts from their perspective.
I get first of all, I read from multiple sources because none of them are to be trusted. So I get my research from a bunch of places. But that's an interesting argument because you like to refer people to read history books. I'm sorry, you're reading other people's books. You're not going and reading the sources yourself. So that's a ridiculous argument.
I've actually read it. I've actually read it. And you
no.
I'm giving you the
Go look it up yourself.
Go look it up yourself.
Are you? Did you look
Okay.
at
Hold
the
on. Hold on.
original
I'm pass the mic.
that you're telling me to
Let me
read?
pass the mic. Let me pass the mic.
These arguments. That's a stupid argument. You're not getting boots
Mandy.
on the ground reading these different documents. You're relying on historians telling you what those documents said, so I can use the same argument against you. So they don't stop telling me to read this shit, because I'm going to tell you to go and read the sources yourself, and stop telling me to read stuff based on documents that you don't have yourself. I can use the same
There's a
argument
thing
against
called
you.
common language, and people know 1 + 1
Lawrence.
equals
You gotta hold
have
up because
no
I gotta pass the
rebuttal.
mic.
I don't want to hear it. You have no rebuttal. Your same argument
Okay.
can be used against
Mandy.
you. You have no rebuttal. I don't want to hear it.
Now, Mandy, where you at?
Stupid argument.
Where you at, Mandy? Where you at, Mandy? I'm trying to give you a chance to come back up. I guess she had a connections problem earlier. If not, I'm going to hit past the
Also,
scene. Okay.
I do research for a living, so if I want to find these statistics and run the analysis on them, I can do it. You can't.
Hey, SEL.
But I can. So
Sam, hold on. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna go back down the line. Now, Sam, go ahead.
I'm just listening at this point. I ain't got nothing to say. Not right now, because I'm at a loss for words right now. So I'm gonna just listen.
Okay, well, let me say it again. It's not about voting for who's the better racist, y'all. We got to get down to business about this. If Trump is willing to give a package for the black community, not the minorities, the black community, I'm all for it.
Okay.
Hey, SEL, can I talk to that?
No, Sam. Hold on. I'm gonna pass the mic.
Okay,
Sam, just hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Mindy came back up. So let me go ahead and give her time. Oh no, God bless. Okay, God bless. You gotta wait. Okay, say go ahead.
All I'm saying is, how do you believe? Would you say that Trump is a pathological liar? Would you say
He
that?
bullshit sometimes. I will say that. Yeah, he bullshit sometimes. Yeah.
So how do you how can you believe what he says?
Okay, I'm not about believing what he says. If he's gonna put that down on paper, that's what he's going to do for us. I'm all for it.
Why hasn't he done it?
Okay, maybe it's gonna take some time. Maybe we didn't come. Hold up, we didn't come to the table like I said. Instead with a vote, because a lot of black people didn't vote for him. That's a fact.
Okay. And I hope they don't vote for him this time. And I am in no way saying that Biden is all that. Okay? Because you aren't going to find any president that is 100%. Okay? But all
Okay.
I'm saying is there's no way in hell that as a black person, I would support Trump, who's clearly putting racist judges that will affect us, okay? That will affect us as far as voting rights, as far as our liberties. And if y'all think that shit ain't strategic and put in place for a reason, come on now. When Obama was in office and he wanted to appoint the Supreme Court judge, what did Mitch McConnell do? No, you can't do it because we're in the middle of an election. No, because he knew that if they got the Republican in office, that they were going to put who they wanted to put in there. There is no balance in that Supreme Court. There is no balance, and these people will sit there for the next 30 to 40 years. So miss me with all of that.
Okay,
Okay,
we got
I'm
Ivy.
done.
Hold on. We got everybody listen. We got Ivy coming next. Then we got Sam. Then we got Lawrence. Then we got God Bless. And DOD, you're gonna be after God Bless. Go ahead, Ivy.
I'm gonna make the common sense comment that I agree with Tony Snow. Please show me a politician that's not a liar. Please show me one.
I just said that. I just said that. They all are, but
so then that's not a valid argument then. That's not a valid argument.
It's a valid argument when you have a
racist. You wouldn't vote at all. Then
when
you
have a
shouldn't vote at
racist.
all. If
So
they
you
are
don't
all
think that Trump
liars,
is a racist? You don't think that he's a blatant racist?
Yeah, all of them are racist.
That's
I
a
mean,
different racist. That's
No,
a
but
different
that's the
question.
question that I'm asking because that's all that matters to me.
Yes, I do, but I'm not.
Okay.
Yes, but yes, I wasn't addressing that because you didn't say it. I'm addressing the fact that if you have a problem with Trump because he's a liar, you shouldn't vote at all. Because
I'm
they're
voting.
all
I
politicians.
vote. I've been voting since I was 18, and I'm gonna vote.
That's
But,
just not.
but
That's not a
Trump
valid
is
reason
not
to tell
qualified.
somebody not to
Trump
vote
is
for
a
Trump.
fucking racist and a liar and a narcissist.
If you want to
And
say
so
that, hey, I think they're all narcissists. Especially, I don't think you could be president of the United States and not be a narcissist. I don't.
Really? Okay.
I don't think
No,
you
I
can
don't
be
agree with
president of
that.
the United States without being a narcissist.
No, I don't agree with that.
That's
Okay.
a racist. Sure, that's part of the reason I'm not voting for Trump. But if you don't want it, you cannot tell somebody to not vote for Trump because he's a liar and then be a voter.
No, I didn't
You're
say
both
who. I didn't say. I said I'm not. I said I'm not voting for him, and I think it would be foolish for Black people to vote for him. But people will do what they want to do because we have that freedom right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to look like.
And I also would like to bring up the point that if you think that both parties are racist, as I do, then you could just focus on policy and which party actually has better policies.
Exactly. That's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on the business part. I
Right.
mean, both of them racist.
I just don't.
I agree with that. Now I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
Right. That's what I've been saying that all along. I said whoever got the best for blacks.
No, I agree with you. That's why when people are like, I don't understand how people of color, I don't understand how blacks can vote for Trump. I do, and I'm not even a Trump supporter. You fuck the Democrats are racist. They're just not as I'm here to tell you they're just not as obvious about it as Republicans might be. The Republican Party is racist. Hell, the Labor Party is probably racist too. Just assume all the parties are racist and just look at the actual policy. That's it.
I don't see.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay. Okay.
Let me pass to Sam. Let me pass to Sam.
Go ahead, Sam.
Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, STL, you mentioned about Trump's $500 billion plan, right, for Black people, right? Now, if you truly believe that, right, and I asked you to post, there's a reason why I asked you to post that debt clock in the chat. If you truly believe that, and you truly believe that this is going to happen, then how do you expect, or how do you explain our debt to even out for Trump to be able to give you that $500 billion in your community?
Well, I think
he's talking shit. I think he's just bullshitting you.
Hold on. Somebody got a bad feedback. I don't know who it is. Hold on. But as I was saying, 500 billion, whatever it was, it should be more than that. So
that's what it was.
Yeah, I know. But like I said, it should be more than that. I don't think we should go for no 500 billion. That's not gonna be enough. We in the trees was old. Yeah, that's a fact. We in the trees was owed to blacks.
Right. But what I'm saying to you is we're over $27 trillion in debt. Where is this money coming from? Where do you think Trump is going to pull it from?
Where the money coming from that they print down now?
We're printing it. That's what I'm telling you.
Exactly.
They're printing the money. That's why. Listen, you need to look up something that's going to be coming. And I mean, we've spoke about this before. This inflation is going to murder the Black community. I'm telling you. I mean, we can play with this all you want and laugh and joke, but at this point, the circus is fun to visit, right? We all like to go to the circus, but I'm tired of this clown. We got to get rid of him. I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore.
Okay, now why do you feel Biden gonna be a better candidate?
I don't. Well, I was telling Ivy, we spoke in the chat. It's not so much that I have faith in Biden at all, but some of the people that he has around him are very, very smart people. You know, when we talk about Dr. Cornel West, when we talk about Simone Sanders, when we talk, there's so many people that he got around him, young people, young Black folks, that I know is going to carry the torch forward. Now, we talk about Trump. Trump doesn't have any Black people around him. And the one person that he had around him, that fake ass preacher, was actually passing out money in the Black community to get Black people to come to his outings, you know, with Candace Owens. So, I mean, what we're talking about here.
Well, once again, that's what we need.
What?
Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna have to mute you up, Sam. Once again, that's when we need to have our people that's in our best interest. All these people that some of these black people that's being put in those positions are not for our best interest. All right, Lawrence, go ahead. Then after Lawrence, God bless. Lawrence, you got to unmute. Okay, I guess he walked out. God bless. Go ahead.
Yes. Me?
Okay, she looked like she bounced out. DOD, go ahead.
Hey, STO, man, I want to thank you for having me up. I want to thank everybody that's on the panel up here, man. This is a great conversation, a great topic. My question is, and it's kind of a two-part question, but this Trump talking about this platinum plan. Well, back in 2016, he had a 10-point plan for Black America. Right after he was elected president, he took that plan off of his website, and he has done nothing. According to that plan that he had back in 2016, he did nothing on that plan for Black people. And so now he's coming up with this platinum plan here in 2020, trying to get Black people's votes, just like he did back in 2016. Trump has done nothing for Black people, and he will continue to do nothing for Black people. That's the first point I wanted to make. The second point is, and this is for Ivy and you, STL, exclusively, specifically, what has Trump done for Black America in the 4 years that he's been president? I'll wait.
Oh God, what a stupid question. Jeez. When you have good economic policies, you don't have to have a specific agenda. He hasn't, and Black people have still accomplished all the things he said. So that's a ridiculous question. Next question, please.
Okay, Ivy, then my next question would be then in 2016, when he had that exclusively for Black America plan, as soon as he won the election, he took it off of his website. Of the 10 steps that he had, he has completed none of those. He's did nothing for Black America. So I'm asking you, and you want to say it's a stupid question, but I'm asking you exclusively, I'm not about the economy and all that old stuff. I get that. But exclusively, what has he done for Black America?
So no. I don't have to answer a question the way that you want me to. I already gave you my answer, and you're excluding economic policy in a way to try to deflect and avoid admitting that he's done well for Blacks economically. I don't have to answer a question the way that you want me to. Point blank. And I'm going to say it again. Y'all keep talking to me like I'm a reporter. I don't have to get.
Hold on, let me go ahead and chime in on that.
It's ridiculous.
Now, if you want to say
exclusively, Trump has done nothing for Black America.
He doesn't have to, and he still accomplished shit anyway. What point of that don't y'all understand?
The point that you don't get is that he had a 10-point plan for Black America exclusively. He's coming up with this platinum plan exclusively for Black people. He has done nothing for Black people, my sister.
I'm not voting for him to even see him in office to try to implement the platinum plan. What don't you get? What point of I'm voting for Joe Biden do you not understand? So if I'm voting for Biden, I clearly don't care about his platinum plan, right? And I didn't vote for him in 2016, so I clearly didn't care about whatever bullshit plan he had back then, right? I'm not a Trump supporter, which is why your questions are even more ridiculous. I don't care. I want him the fuck out of office.
Okay, so well, like I said, maybe
everybody hold on.
Maybe I'm speaking to the wrong woman. I was speaking to the woman that was up here talking about.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to mute you up. Now, that's what I was saying. We need to get down to business, people. It ain't about I like this person better. It's about who's going to actually do what we need as Black folks for business. We are looking for him to save us in every corner. No, it's not going to work like that. Now, does he need to have our best interests behind him? Yes. Okay. The DOD, I'm going to let you chime in. Then again, then I'm going to pass it to Sam. Then after Sam, Lawrence. Go ahead.
And thanks again, STL. My simple question was just exclusively what has Trump done for Black America? Something that we can point to and say only for Black Americans that he did that for just them, for just us exclusively. That's all I was asking.
Yeah, I figured that. But like I said, when you're saying exclusively, anybody can have anything on their agenda. Just like Obama. He had a lot of shit on his agenda. Did he get all of them done? No. There's certain things he couldn't do. As we all know that. But we need to focus on the business part and get out our feelings. That's with either party, Trump or Biden. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, I just have a question for Ivy. So, Ivy, you're talking about, or if I'm picking up on what you're saying, you're looking at the trickle down theory as far as with Trump vis-a-vis the Black community. Is that correct?
No, I'm just looking at what he actually accomplished. I don't care whether it was trickle down or not. I could care less. I'm just what has happened for Blacks under Trump. That's it.
Right, but you just, in other words, the other guy had mentioned specific things for the Black community, right? And you're saying that he doesn't have to have specific items for the Black community, because if he just, I guess, makes the whole economics picture better, then all boats rise, right? Is that what your view is?
Not but in this case, that's what happened. So sure. In this case, yes, sure.
You realize that's the same thing that Reagan did back in the 80s, right? All boats didn't necessarily rise. I mean, like right now, we're like in a K-shaped recovery where, those that have money have a lot more money. Those that, didn't have money, are just plain out of luck, right? I mean, there's like, over 30 million people unemployed right now, So how do you think Trump will be able to fix this? And he gave him 4 more years.
I'm going to say the same things again because y'all don't understand. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm voting for Biden. So don't keep asking me about Trump in 4 years. I don't care. I'm not voting for him. Only if he's reelected will I care. That's the first thing. The second thing is I don't care about Reagan. I'm going to answer my last question and I'm going to remind you how I answered it. I don't automatically assume that trickle down works. So I don't care whether it worked for Reagan. That's irrelevant. I wasn't even alive then. What I'm saying is that under Trump, that's what happened. I'm talking about Trump. I don't try to detract from what Trump has done by talking about past presidents. It's irrelevant. Trump is also not Reagan, so it's irrelevant, right? Irrelevant. So that's the second thing. And what's he going to do in 4 more years? I hope he's not in office to have another 4 years. I'm going to keep saying that. Stop asking me about, I don't know what his policies are. I'm not voting for him. What don't y'all understand? I'm not voting for him. Ask STL that. He's the Trump supporter. And good for him.
No, don't be I'm the Trump supporter either. But shit, hey, the motherfucker gonna continue to keep printing out money. I'm good with them staying in office. Because by getting in office, it finna shut down. So
STL, do you realize?
Hold on. We can let shit. I'm just for the basics of the shit. I ain't trying to go back to 1985 and all that shit. I'm talking about right now and for the future. If Biden get in office, the money is finna stop. Everything is finna collapse. Now, I'd rather have 4 more years of this clown and he's steady offering loans and all this other shit that's coming with it, all these motherfucking SBA shit for people to get approved, to get themselves started, than to sit here and have everything collapse.
Well, then I have a question for you, STL. Again, I asked you, where do you think all this money is coming from? Because it's keep coming out this money.
Right. We keep printing STL, until we level up.
But let me get this out. We keep printing this money, but at some point, we're not going to be able to keep printing it. That's the whole point. That's why I keep bringing up the hyperinflation.
Yes, they can if they want to. If they want to, they can.
They can stop touching it if they want to. Like, why are you assuming that it's going to keep being infinitely printed? Why do you keep assuming that?
Well, that's because he's locked into this mind control thing of that's what they do.
Yeah, what?
But you got to. That's why I keep on telling these people. Look at the basics. The Republicans freed the slaves for a fucking reason. Because the people.
Wait a second.
Hold on.
Talk about Reagan, and you talking about the slaves?
No, hold on. Listen to me first. Listen to me first.
Republican.
Right. The Republicans freed the slave for a reason. They seen the Southern Democrats getting rich off of free labor. Now you get my picture?
Again, I ask you, sir. At some point, the devil's going to come in and ask for his due. Where do you think this is coming from? Do you think it's falling out of the sky?
STL, I see where you're going. Keep going with that narrative. I see where you're going.
Yeah, Lawrence had chimed in. So what you say? You said, yeah, repeat it again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I ask you, sir. Since you're so stuck on this point, at some point the devil's going to come due, and he's going to ask for these monies to be repaid. Where do you think it will come from?
Who's going to ask?
And I just asked you, before you answer that, I just asked you to look at that debt clock that I gave you from the U.S. government.
You can look at that debt clock all you want. That's just something up there to please the people. Other than that, you could throw it out. Where all the goddamn money come from when the fuck we went to goddamn war? Where you think that came from?
Well, during the war,
we printed it.
Hey, SEL, let me explain that. If you're asking the question, let me explain.
Go ahead.
During the war, we had something called war bonds. Did we not? We actually raised that money from the people.
We raised the money. We raised the money from the people, right?
And then we also went into
hold on.
that.
Where do people get the money from?
I don't know where the specific people actually got the money from. We're talking about war bonds.
That's how you need to follow the trail. It's constantly keeps going around and round and round.
Right, but STL, what I'm saying to you is simply this, right? If Trump gets another 4 years in office, right? First of all, there's one thing that let me just not even say that, right? And let me just explain to you what I got against Trump right now. I will never trust that man.
That's the thing. Hold on.
Hold on. Let me explain. So I want you to understand where I'm coming from. So please let me get this out. I will never trust that man for what he did to the Central Park 5 because I used to live in New York. So I remember him well, right? I also will never trust him for what he did to certain Black business owners in some of his buildings that he kicked out on the streets. I'll never forget him for what he did on 125th Street during the late 90s. I mean, there's so many things that happened before he even got in office that I don't think the large majority of people in other states actually realize that this man has done to the black people. And these are regular folks like you and me.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Lawrence, and then after that, God bless.
Well, now I'm gonna still say, man, as Miss Cynthia said earlier, you guys got to understand how the right wing works. These people make plans way ahead of time. When they get their Supreme Court nominations, they're picking young people because they're planning for 30 years down the line. We want to be able to control the Supreme Court. See, we're playing in this for now, right now game. Republicans don't play like that. The right don't play like that. They walk lock and step with each other. That's why you get all these people repeating what Fox News has done. And if you go back, excuse me for bringing up history, but if you go back and listen to how Hitler and his media propagandists worked, that's exactly what they're doing here in America. We keep you guys stupid. We keep you guys stupid because you're listening to this. We're flooding you with so much information that you don't even know what's going on. But in the end, Heads we win, tails you lose. That's what they're doing.
It's all a kind game. That's how I know. That's why I say we gotta get down to business and get out our feelings. God bless. Go ahead.
No, my bad. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't to cut you short, Lawrence. I know everybody been getting extra time. God bless. Go ahead.
Let me say this. I'm not on the Trump bandwagon. I'm not on the Biden bandwagon. But I also want people, it's 2 points I want to make. When it comes to sometimes we get woo about people personality. For example, Biden says nice words, and we say, oh, Biden is the guy for us because it's words. And for Trump, because Trump says some profanity, some graphic language, we say he's telling it like it is. He just talk like a hoodlum. It's just a prison talk. I used to work in corrections when I was in my 20s, so I know prison talk when I hear it. That's all it is prison talk, okay? So that's nothing to impress me that somebody can tell you to shut up and you stupid while you're asking a question. So I don't get impressed with that. Second, when it comes to the employment rates, we have to look at what is included in those employment rates. A lot of those low unemployment rates include side hustle jobs, such as door dashing, or temporary contract jobs that last for 3 or 6 months. Or it include people who have 2 low wage jobs, such as working at McDonald's and somebody working at Wendy's. Okay. So when these jobs got affected, these low wage jobs, a lot of these low wage jobs got affected after with the pandemic because they are service jobs. And unfortunately, it represents a lot of us that got affected. So when we see this low unemployment rate, we're saying to ourselves, that's great. But when you look at it, when you look at the numbers and they break it down, they actually report on NPR. When you look, a lot of those jobs included contract jobs that last for 3 months, 6 months, and low wage earnings. Again, when you picking your politicians, please, people, don't go by because you have someone meet with a bunch of HBCU presidents in their office and they're taking pictures and say, hey, he's for you. Or because somebody wrote down, say, I'm going to do something for the Black community. You have to look at the overall detail. $500 billion is not going to help the Black community. Let's just be honest.
Right, I agree.
That's just a number he throws out. But that's when you know that it cannot be serious. Because a person who's really serious about solving an issue or solving something, you want, if I'm bleeding from my neck and I'm losing and I'm going in and out of consciousness, you're not going to give me a Band-Aid to put on my neck. You do something else, right? You go to the next step. You wouldn't give me a I'm not, so that's why when things like that doesn't impress me. Or $500 billion, come on, please. I'm trying to be PC correct to say it. Just like you gotta be careful with someone who co-signed the crime bill, he worked with Strom Thurmond to push the crime bill. You got to look at it. You got to look at Kamala Harris when they asked her, what are you going to do for Black people? And she laughed.
Right.
And that's for Trump. And for Trump, when I think Samuel brought up about how Trump had that Central Park 5. I have a cousin in New York. He still remembers that. He said he remembered when Trump said those boys should get executed. These boys were like 15, 14 years old. So I just think we don't have anybody on the table really for our best interests. I'm not going to tell anybody who to vote for because, at the end, you got to vote for your policy. But please do not get impressed if somebody throw out $500 billion, throw out some measly $500 billion number. And then also don't get impressed because someone is on TV saying nice words and saying, I'm for the Black people. You don't have to choose the less of two evils. You don't have to choose the less of two evils. That's just all I have.
Hey, Mindy, come back up. Right, get ready to go back to her. She always kick herself off. Other than that, I'm going back to saying. Okay, saying, go ahead. I'm gonna put on a whole minute. So I'm gonna time everybody a minute.
Oh no,
Go ahead,
I don't
Sam,
have
because we
much
got
to say because I'm in here in the kitchen cooking chicken salad, getting dinner, getting some food ready for my husband. I
okay.
think that it has been it's a really good conversation. I agree with Lawrence and Samuel and DOD. I just think that we can't depend on the white man to do shit for us anyway. So we got to do
Exactly.
better within ourselves. But
Exactly.
if you don't pick between the lesser two evils, then that means you don't vote. And
There you
writing
go.
in a candidate means shit. So that's like a vote for Trump. So I'll just encourage everybody to vote. Whatever you do, just go vote. Because with this Supreme Court that's getting ready to be in place, we might look up and we might not have the right to vote because they're already suppressing our vote as we speak. So that's all I got to say. And I'm going to go on mute.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
right.
ma'am.
Okay. Hold on. Ivy, you next. Go ahead. Ivy, you next.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm here. I don't agree that there's voter suppression and a large scale. I don't.
What? Oh my. Okay, I'm on.
No, I don't. Statistically, no, I don't. I'm not convinced.
Okay.
Not convinced.
That's all you had to say. Okay, DOD, go ahead.
Hey, still, man, just like I said, I just wanted to thank you for this topic that you have here. This has been a great conversation with everybody. I really enjoyed it. I had nothing really else to say other than I agree with the sister before the last one. I don't know what her name is, but what they are. Sid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sister was 100% correct.
What I made a promo for this, I told everybody, you know what I'm saying, we gotta get out our feelings and we gotta be about business. You know, I said it so many times. I played the promo for it so many times.
Yeah, but Sid, she's 100% correct, man. There's massive voter suppression.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how the other lady don't see it, but hey. But anyway, I'm gonna fall back and go back into the chat, brother.
Everybody gonna have their own beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but wrong about anybody having their own beliefs. Hold on, that was the timer. Shit. You know, everybody's entitled to their own beliefs and their own opinions on this. You know, Lawrence, go ahead.
Ivy League, I'm gonna just say, look, I'm cool with you in the chat. I always send you your roses or whatever when you show up. But Ivy League, I think you need to kind of get out the white world that you live in and actually understand the history of Black people. Because you say that I always send you stuff to read. I'm sending you history of things that are documented in the Library of Congress. So do a little bit more research and understand where the Republican Party and the parties where STL was going earlier, the Democratic Party was the racist party at one time until they decided to take on rights for the black people, the Civil Rights Act. Then the party shifted. The Republican Party came, the party of the South. That's documented facts. That's not no heritage fund. That's facts. The Republicans won the South, and they've been using strategies to appeal to white males, particularly, to kind of counter revolution what the Democratic Party became, the party of the Hispanics, the Latinos, the gays, or whatever. Just go look it up, man. I'm not telling you something wrong, but you're whitewashed.
I'm not whitewashed, and that's not what I said. You told me to stop relying on statistics and reports based on data I didn't run. So I pointed out the ridiculousness of that statement by telling you to stop telling me to read history books based on documents that you've never seen. That is actually what I said. Number two.
Okay, so I challenge you real quick. I challenge you. Send me to your people where you get your statistics from. Send them to me, and I will look it up. I will actually look it up.
You can look it up right now. Why are you relying on me?
Because you're making certain statements that I'm challenging. I'm challenging you in your statements.
You're
so
not understanding. What I am telling you is to not rely on. Why would you rely on wherever I'm sending you? What I am telling you is to do your own independent research based on multiple sources. I'm not telling you to believe me either. When somebody tells me
what I'm saying
something,
to you is when I say something, I'm telling you, go research this. When you say something to me, tell me where you want me to find it, and I'm going to look it up.
And I'm not going to because I trust you to do your own research the same way you're doing these books. Your arguments are always based on the facts that I don't do certain readings. I'm going to tell you again, I'm a moderate. I'm not a liberal or a conservative. Okay? I get my stuff from a variety of sources because I don't trust a variety of sources or mainly on one side. I'm going to watch MSNBC. I watch Fox News. I watch CNN. I watch international news. I get research from the government. I get research from reports. I get research from a variety of things. What I am telling you is you would be a fool to do research based on where I send you. You should be doing your own research.
And I agree with you. But
So
as a person on this STL platform, if you're talking to me specifically and you're challenging something, send me the link or whatever. I'm going to do the homework so I can come back to you and say, okay, I see what you're saying.
And I'm telling you I'm not going to do it.
This is what we're here to do. Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah, and I'm telling you I'm not going to do it because I don't.
But I do it right. I do it right, though. I do it right. When I tell you to go look up something.
Why haven't you already done it?
Huh?
Why haven't you already done it? Why aren't you doing it now as you talk to me?
I'm just trying to say, go look at this. I'm giving you information for you to check out.
You keep assuming I'm not looking at it, and I don't trust you anyway when it comes to this because it seems to me like you get all of your sources from one side. So I'm automatically not going to trust what you send me to.
Okay, at least I fed the information, young lady.
Yeah, and also with me being a product of me being Ivy League is I got taught by the professors who write the book, some of the books you're telling me to read. So I already read them, right?
Actually, no. Ivy League is where the Bush administration and people. Ivy League actually.
Okay, we got. Go ahead, pass the mic.
I didn't vote for Bush, and if I couldn't vote then. The first time I voted for Obama. So I've never voted for.
Who's up next?
Hold on.
We're gonna stop this whitewash shit because of and all of that stuff for Black people who think differently and think outside of the block, because we're not laying down, we're not bowing down to the Democrats and stuff like that, while people give ridiculous and half-based arguments and half-based facts. Stop telling people like me that we don't know what we're talking about, especially when it's so obvious that you're so wedded to the Democratic Party that it's not even funny. You're the type of Democrat that they talk about. You vote Democrat time and time and time and time and time again. And you're the type of Black person. Democrats know they don't have to do anything for Black people. They just have to pretend like they like us. Because people like you want to mindlessly vote for them anyway. Stop telling me I don't know what I'm talking about.
God bless. After God bless. Hey, Lawrence. I gave you your minute, bro.
Yes,
next. Huh?
Hold on, I muted, man. I'm muted.
Hold on. Hold on. God bless is next. Yeah. God bless is next. After God bless. Hold on. After God bless is sin. Then after sin, it goes back to Ivy. I know some people dropped off, so
yeah.
Everybody had a different. I mean, you're still in the same order, but it's a different order. Okay, God bless. Go ahead.
So let me say this. Again, politics has to be transactional. It has to be what you can do for me, and then you get my vote. Okay. And because somebody lowball you, because as a community we get lowball and we think that's good enough. That's not good enough. Second, voter suppression, unfortunately, is still real because in Florida, felonies, people who have served their time, who pay taxes, has to pay their fines before they vote. And it was to a point that they could not even vote after they served their time. So you have taxpayers who's paying taxes in different states, and because they did a crime and served their time, they cannot vote. That's voter suppression. That's a form of voter suppression. It's just a new type of voter suppression. Just like when back, we don't want to go back in history, but we always going back in history. Just like for many Blacks, we had to take a test before we vote. Well, this is the test. You better pay that fine, brother and sister, before you can vote. That's insane. It's targeting a specific group of people, and we all know who is targeting. It's just like, it's not be like, oh, it's not. It is. And let me say this before my 1 minute goes away. Trickle down economics does not help our community. We need specific corrective actions or plan of actions that affect our community, such as making sure that not minorities, but Black people get certain amount of federal contracts, a certain percentage. That should have been done. That could have been an executive order that Trump written in. Time is up.
Okay, yeah. Sam, go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to say this. I don't know who it was that said that there wasn't any voter suppression. There is widespread voter suppression. They have taken, because of COVID, people are doing mail-in ballots. They have taken the ballot boxes. One state took the ballot box, and there's only one ballot box for you to take your ballot vote to put it in that box. In this big ass state, I don't know if it's Texas or where. That is voter suppression. Okay? When you put in fake ballot boxes in places and they're not real ballot boxes, that is voter suppression. So voter suppression exists. And for anybody to think that voter suppression is not real, I just don't know. I just don't know. Because it's real and it exists. And that's all I gotta say.
Okay. Lawrence, you next. Lawrence. Oh, okay. He bounced off the panel. Okay, Ivy is back to you.
What I said was, I'm not. Oh,
Sam, hold on. You gonna be after Ivy.
I said I'm not sure that it exists on a large scale. I did actually hear about that. Actually, I saw pictures of like fake mail-in ballots and stuff like that. But to be fair, I should clarify what I meant. When I say, because I do have concerns about that, and in some places like long lines and stuff like that. What I was talking about more specifically is like this whole like voter ID suppression thing. If you don't have an ID, we have no reason to believe that you're a U.S. citizen, and we also don't know if you're legally eligible to vote. So, it is what it is. And then with felons or whatever, I'm fine with certain types of felons not ever being able to vote again, depending on what they did. And y'all can disagree with that, but that's how I feel. And also just don't commit crimes, and then you won't have to worry about having that taken away from you, right? Just don't commit crimes. Simple. Shouldn't be committing crimes anyway. Just another reason to not commit crimes. Don't you love it? Just don't commit crime. Simple.
Okay, Sam, you next.
Okay, let me say this real quick.
Hold on, Sam. Hold on, Sam, going. It's Sam, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What Cynthia brought up earlier about the courts and what's actually happening there is very interesting because under Trump, 194, 95 judges plus 2 Supreme Court judges are or were appointed, and not one of them are minorities. And when I say minorities, I mean Black, Latino, or whatever. And we got to understand, like, a lot of these laws that are on the books are actually coming up, and they are very well going to affect all of us who are of minority status. And I think we need to be cognizant of what that's going to entail over the next coming years, which is why I think it's so important that the next person that actually gets into office, whether it's Biden or whomever, yeah, go ahead and stack the court. At first, I wasn't with that, but at this point, I think we should. I think we probably need about 5 more Supreme Court justices. And yeah, go ahead and do it.
Okay, God bless.
All I have to just say is that just concerning the felons, you serve your time, you serve your time. If these felons
Hey,
cannot
God
vote,
bless.
then they shouldn't pay
You
taxes.
got a bad signal. Turn your volume down like a notch.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now you're fine.
Okay. Okay. What I'm saying is that if these felons is not allowed to vote, they shouldn't pay taxes. Because you're not supposed to take somebody money, they pay for roads to contribute to society, and you say they cannot vote. Okay? That's not how it's supposed to work in this supposedly great country we live in. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So that's not how it should work. Again, I'm going to say this. The HBCU, and again, I'm not a Biden fan because I still can't get over the crime bill. I'm going to be honest with you. That's a hard pill to swallow. But these HBCU presidents that smile in Trump's face and met him in the office, they was promised a lot of things. There was promised certain endowments, certain funds to go directly to these colleges. Guess what these people got? They got a photo op with Trump, and that's good. Because again, because someone is able to do slick talk, people don't fall for it. Use common sense.
Okay, Sam, now it's back to you.
Okay, I just want to say on this voting thing. Where I live, the state I live in, we don't have to show ID. All we have to do is show our voter registration card, and we don't have to show ID. There are some places where you have to have a birth certificate. So you're talking about when my grandmother was alive 4 years ago, she was 95 years old.
Hold on, Sam. I'm gonna extend your minute. So the debate's on.
No, what's happening is Trump, NBC gave Trump, it was supposed to be Biden tonight, only Biden. But Trump decided that he wanted to do a town hall meeting, so NBC allowed him to do it. So he's on NBC, and then Biden is on another channel. So
Damn,
it's like
see, I
a
was trying to
town
know.
hall.
Damn,
It's
I
like a
was trying to
town
know
hall
that.
meeting type thing.
Damn,
Yeah.
I'd have did that. So that was my purpose of doing this today, because everybody could hear, what they both had to say. But wow, okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to turn it on at your end?
I mean, I have to sit here and try to, look for one. Yeah, I can.
Well, it's on NBC.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah.
All right. Let me look for it. But go ahead, Stan. I'm gonna start your minute over.
So what I was saying was that they were asking people to have birth certificates. Now, my grandmother was born in 1920. Okay, so she doesn't have a birth certificate. Those are different little things that they do strategically as far as voter suppression is concerned. So that's all I'm saying. And I agree with you. God bless. If you do your time and you do a crime and you've paid your debt, you should be able to vote. I agree with that, because you paid your debt to society. I also agree with Ivy. Don't do the crime, you won't have to do the time. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in, and people are going to commit crimes. Uh, I want my reparations. That's all I'm saying. And I'm gonna go on mute.
Okay, I'm not pulling it up, y'all, but I'm gonna try to see when the next debate is gonna happen, and I'm gonna try to do it like originally planned. Like I said, I thought they were going to do another debate today, which was supposed to happen today, but I guess they doing it like they did it earlier, or they doing it now. So let's just look out for them. Like I said, it's gonna be another part series of this. It might go like 2 or 3 total parts of this Gangsta Trump, but for now, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely gonna be 2. Like I said, look out for the next one I'm a host. Like I said, we back on the main channel. Turn this shit off. Oh, okay. Yeah, we back on the main channel, as y'all can see. So that's what's up. I'm gonna have to redecorate everything. Look, you know, it's a lot of dust up in here. We're gonna go ahead and close it out because we coming up on 2 hours. So Ivy, go ahead, say what you want to say. Then God bless. Then
I understand the point about the birth certificate. I have a different way of looking at it. There's no policy that's going to benefit everybody, but I'm also concerned with voting laws that will allow people who are not really citizens of this country or not eligible to vote. And I still hold the same opinion that I had. Depending on what you did, I'm perfectly fine with you never being able to vote again. I don't really care that you pay taxes. And like I said, that's just another reason why you shouldn't commit crime, because you shouldn't be committing it anyway. You shouldn't be especially serious crimes like felonies and stuff like that. You shouldn't be victimizing people. You don't have the right to do to people whatever it is that you think you have the right to do to them. You don't. And so that's just another consequence. Well, that's just another reason why you shouldn't be committing crime. And then we also have to consider the fact that if you're a predatory criminal and you get voting rights, you might be voting in a way that makes it easier for you to facilitate your criminal activities. But depending on what it is, I'm fine. Depending on what you did, I'm fine with you never being able to vote again. And also, there's a counteract, and you know, there's the opposite side, like I said, where we have to be concerned. The voter suppression, the opposite of that. The opposite of that is, you know, allowing people who have no legal right to vote at all, and allowing them to vote when they shouldn't be. But that's just my opinion and just another way to look at it, at least for me.
all right, go ahead. God bless. Then saying.
Just quick, great show. And let me also say this: a lot of people sitting in prisons are innocent. A lot of times, these men and women, but mostly men, Black men, do not have enough money. Do not have money for attorneys. It's been many cases. The sad story, Central Park 5. So always remember, because someone has a felony, we got to be really careful drawing a broad picture of these people. They pay taxes. They pay taxes. They're a citizen of the United States after they do their time, and we don't have the right to treat them like a half human and take away their voting rights. They have the right to vote. If you got the right, if they're paying taxes for these roads and highways and schools, and pocketing these politicians' money pockets, they have the right to vote, and no one has the right to dictate they should not.
Okay, saying all right. Look like saying dropped off. Okay. Other than that, everybody, like I said, we back on the main channel. Let me see. Oh, okay, saying back. Okay, you called me just in time. I'm about to cue the music in and everything.
No, I don't know. Some kind of way I keep dropping off, but I agree with what God bless said. So I really don't have anything else to say because I'm tired. Okay, I've been in this kitchen listening to you all and talking, and so. But great show, STL. Kudos, dude.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna do another part series. Like I said, you know, everybody come with their opinions. You know.
Yeah, it's great. And I'm gonna say good night to everybody in the chat, and everybody stay safe. Go vote.
Good night.
Good night.
Great show.
All right. Appreciate everybody for coming up. From Ivy, Sin, DOD, Lawrence, Sam, Sin, Mindy. We somehow we couldn't get on. She gonna get it right. She gonna get it right though. Let me see who else came up. Whoever I missed, that came up. Shouts out to you too. Yeah, Positive. Now you're gonna have to rewind it. I said Sam. Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
said
did?
Sam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what else I was gonna say? Like I said, we back on the main channel. So this will be posted for everybody to look listen to replay. To my shout out to my shadow watchers and everybody, all of my playback watchers as well. So we back. Until then, I'll catch y'all next time.